What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk a little bit about the controversy surrounding CyberPunk 2077 and the fact that the multiplayer is going to feature microtransactions. Now, this is something that I feel like we've known for quite a while. I just don't think that air of CyberPunk 2077 itself having microtransactions was an established thing. However, I feel like if you were in the know a little bit, you knew that there was going to be a multiplayer component coming to CyberPunk 2077, and ultimately that component would have microtransactions. However, the microtransactions are separate from the base single-player experience. Now, there's a couple of different ways you guys can look at this, and I'm going to try to be as objective as possible, even though you guys probably know that I'm the biggest CDPR nut hugger on planet Earth, and maybe the entire universe. However, I do want to come across this relatively objective, because at first, just because this is in the news so much, I had to think about it a little bit more. Like, when I first found out that the multiplayer would have microtransactions, it's not really something I sat down and really thought about, just because I didn't really even care about Cyberpunk 2077 having microtransactions in the form of its multiplayer. I am buying this game primarily for the single player. However, let me remove my own personal belief and argue this. I am not okay with microtransactions in single-player games. I hate that, and that is one of the primary reasons that a game like Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey really turned me off. They even have, like, double XP boosts in that game, and that game is inherently grindy. Some people always tell me, no, the game's not that grindy, you just gotta do all the side quests. Well, what if you just want to play through the main storyline? Assassin's Creed in the past, you did not have to do all these side quests in Assassin's Creed pre-AC Origins. We're talking AC2, AC Revelations, all those games. You did not have to do a lick of side quests, but then AC Origins came to the table, and now the game got inherently pretty grindy, and when you look at that, there's a double XP boost that's available as a microtransaction as well. That is one form of egregious microtransaction that I am completely against. Then you have the microtransactions on games that are inherently multiplayer focused, so they'll have its single-player campaign, but really, for like first-person shooters or a genre like that, who's really buying a FPS for the single-player campaign? Very few people, they're buying it for the multiplayer, so the multiplayer is heavy on microtransactions on that aspect of the game. Cyberpunk 2077 is a unique game in the sense that that single-player experience, you could probably remove multiplayer entirely and assess the game from a single-player standpoint, and that single-player game is probably going to be worth $59.99. And if you look at that from that standpoint, hey, what's the issue with microtransactions? However, here is what you have to assess. Cyberpunk 2077 to me is reminiscent of a game like Grand Theft Auto 5. Prior to GTA 5, now I'm not really sure, but did any Rockstar game really have microtransactions to an egregious extent? GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption, and you're talking about GTA 5 going back all the way to 2013. Now, I am not completely, up to date on everything Rockstar's done in their history, but 2013 was a long time ago, and microtransaction culture wasn't even as heavy as it is now. But look at a studio like Rockstar that went from publishing arguably this incredible single-player experience in GTA 5. I loved that game when it initially came out, loved the PC version, and then things got shifted. Their attention got shifted to this little thing called GTA Online. Now it wasn't about extending that single-player experience. The focus was not on that single-player experience anymore. The focus then shifted to the multiplayer experience and GTA Online. Now, that's not fair to say that CD Projekt Red is going to do the same thing, that Cyberpunk 2077's single-player is going to be great, just like GTA 5's single-player was great, and then they're going to transition into GTA Online being this conglomerate to generate an exceptional and extraordinary amount of revenue. However, it is a multiplayer experience with microtransactions. The idea of doing anything like this is to ultimately make money. I am okay with, business models that draw in money, but there are some lines that you have to draw, and it's something that I really can't assess at this point, because the multiplayer, we still don't know anything about it. We don't really know what the multiplayer is going to entail, but I don't think it's fair to inherently just say, oh, I'm outraged by this, or it's not even fair to give CD Projekt Red the entire benefit of the doubt. Maybe you can be such a big CDPR fan that you're just like, oh, obviously they're not going to screw me over, but as a consumer, I don't think you should look like that. I don't think you should take anything like that. I think you should always be of the angle, what is their gain here? And the gain from microtransactions ultimately is always going to come down to extended revenue sources. So that is just something to consider. Again, this is coming from me, literally the biggest CDPR nut hugger, and I am still going to remain cautiously optimistic. And at the end of the day, I am buying Cyberpunk 2077 for that single player experience. but it is something to consider. How far is this multiplayer going to extend? What is their ultimate goal with the multiplayer? And you also have to ascertain the fact that, dude, you're going to get Cyberpunk 2077, then they're going to release a lot of free DLC for the game, and there's going to be expansions to that game. So if you want to give the benefit of the doubt to any studio, I do think CDPR would be that studio, but again, you have to look at it from a long-term picture and what their ultimate goal is with the multiplayer. And with that, we don't even know what the multiplayer really is going to be. With GTA, you can have a better idea of what an online GTA experience is going to be. With Cyberpunk, honestly, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank on what exactly they want to do with the multiplayer, but we'll see ultimately how that shakes out. I wanted to give it, you know, a little bit of a sense that I am looking at it from the other side of people getting a little bit upset with the microtransactions and ideas like that, because you guys are probably well aware that I am, like, the biggest CDPR fan on planet Earth, but you know, I can look at things from an objective standpoint, and I hope I was able to bring that to you guys today. Cautiously optimistic, but again, you have to look at the angle everybody is coming from when you look at a topic like this. But that's going to conclude this video. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.